Welcome to The American Dream, a real show, not a reality show that started right here in San Diego, America's finest city. But now we're going to take you into your own market for real stories of real neighborhoods through real professionals. I'm your host, Craig Sewing. Let's start The American Dream right now. Welcome to The American Dream, a real show, not a reality show. The real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
It's not just about what you're living in, but the community you're going to live in.
High-rise luxury living.
People are the vehicle, people are the connection, people are the expansion.
Helping folks just like you find your dream home.
It just never disappoints.
Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts. The opportunity to achieve our biggest goals and aspirations.
It's the American Dream.
If you've ever wanted to dress like royalty and attend a 19th century Austrian ball, welcome to the Viennese Ball. Hosted right here at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire since its founding in 1974. Originally started to raise money for student scholarships, it has become a cherished tradition, bringing together students, alumni, faculty, and the wider community for almost 50 years. This is the American Dream, and I'm your host, Patrick Rebman. I just polished my dancing shoes, so come on, let's join the festivities. I am with Kristen Fitzsimmons, the Viennese Ball Executive Director, correct?
Correct.
So Kristen, wonderful event. Thanks for having us here.
Thanks for being here.
Tell me a little bit about what Viennese Ball is all about and what we can expect to see tonight.
Oh, the Viennese Ball is an amazing event. There's nothing quite like it in the Chippewa Valley. What you can see tonight is not only community and students and faculty and staff coming together, but you can really experience the sounds of our music students singing traditional songs and contemporary songs, playing them as well, our orchestra and our symphony.
This event really is about scholarships, isn't it?
It is.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure.
And some of your success and where the money goes.
Sure. So the Viennese Ball started back in 1974. The committee was only 11 people. In fact, some of the community members would make torts at their homes and bring them into the old Davies Center, and then any money that was, they were up for bid, and the money that was raised from the torts went scholarships.
What do you want people to come away with after attending the Viennese Ball?
But I think I want people to go away from this event just knowing that UW Claire is a very dynamic institution, that it offers a lot of different things for our students to do in the classroom, outside of the classroom, and to really experience the arts coming from, you know, a young, promising group of adult folks.
That sounds great. Thank you for your time,
Thank
and
you.
I hope you have a great event.
We will.
I am with Robert Baca and Nobu Yasuda, correct?
Yes.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. If you could tell me your roles with the Viennese Ball, I'd appreciate it.
Well, I'm the Director of Jazz Studies at the university, and at the Viennese Ball, I direct the jazz ensemble.
Okay, great. And Nobu?
Yeah, my name is Nobu Yasuda. I direct the university orchestra. So we are actually the jazz and also the orchestra. That's the main dance, main waltz and then swing portion.
Tell me and tell the viewers at home, what makes this event special to the university, to the community, either of you?
Well, it started as a brainchild of one person, and that, I think, very much speaks for the community that we have.
So how many different music groups from the university perform?
I think all of them.
One more question for each of you. Over the years, do either of you have a special moment or memory of something that's happened that comes to memory?
I mean, it's not like one particular memory, but I just really enjoy, performing with the students, and they're having fun on stage. sometimes actually you think, they cannot actually dance, on the floor, but they really enjoy playing music, actually.
One of my favorite memories actually just happened last night. Coming into Ojibwe Auditorium, and I'm watching this very large cylindrical circle moving while Nobu's orchestra is playing.
It is an amazing event. I want to thank both of you for taking time to talk to us. I hope you have a great night and great performances.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it was good meeting both of you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. It has been a night to remember. I want to thank the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. I want to thank you at home. My name's Patrick Rebman, and I'll see you next time on The American Dream.
Hey friends, Art Hayes, your host for The American Dream, Selling Minnesota. Today we're at my newest listing at 16,000 55th Avenue North in one of the fastest growing suburbs in the metro area, Plymouth. And it's in the highly desirable Wayzata School District. This former model features 5-bed, 5-bath, a 3-car garage, and 4,500 square feet on a great corner lot. Let's go inside and take a look around. We're on the main floor, which features beautiful hardwood floors, a stacked stone fireplace, an open concept kitchen, dining room, and living room, as well as a powder room, a mud room, and a great office. Let's take a look around the main floor. The upper level features 4 bedrooms in a split floor plan. On one end of the house, you've got 2 bedrooms with a Jack and Jill bathroom and a 3rd with its own ensuite. And at the other end, you've got a fabulous primary owner suite, which features a large walk-in closet, a full bathroom with separate tub and shower, and the last thing, bonus space in a laundry room. This warm and inviting lower level has daylight lookout windows, guest bedroom, 3-quarter bathroom, fabulous sitting space with stone fireplace, as well as gaming space, and one of my favorite features in a home, a wet bar for entertaining. So this concludes our tour at 16,000 55th Avenue North in Plymouth. We're now headed to Duffner's Donuts and Deli. If you know me, you know I love family-owned, independent businesses, so we're gonna go to one of my favorite spots now. See you there. I'm here with my friends Kyle and Tita, the owner of Duffner's Donuts and Deli. Thank you both for having me. So I know Duffner's has been here for over 30 years, but you just recently got involved a little more than a year ago, right?
Correct.
So tell me, how did that come to be?
Yeah, we owned a different bakery beforehand, but it was too small for what we were looking to do. It was a bread bakery and we wanted to do more donuts. So my wife has a lot of people in her family that like to do donuts, and that was what she wanted to do. So we ended up finding this place and we transferred everything over here and brought the donuts in.
Awesome. So now, instead of just a traditional deli, you've got donuts, you've got deli sandwiches, and then I saw, do you guys do like homemade granola and some other stuff too?
Yeah, we have a lot of other bakery products as well, like shortbread and granola and everything like that too.
Awesome. And tell me, you've also remodeled recently, right? It looks great.
Yeah, we lightened the place up a lot. We opened up some areas to make the flow better throughout, and it looks really good.
So tell me, Tita, 2 questions. Most popular sandwich and most popular donut?
Yep, the popular sandwich is grilled turkey bacon, and then the donut, the popular is apple fritter.
So I noticed you have all sorts of different toppings and all sorts of different fillings. Like, tell me about that. How do you make it all work?
Well, it kind of depends on the time of season and everything. Like right now we have Easter going on, so we have a lot of the Easter product. We also do specialty birthday cakes, which are basically donut cakes. So we do big numbers. So if your birthday's like, if your kid's turning 9 years old, we have a big 9 that you can buy, and we frost it for you the way you want it frosted.
Tell me about your hours.
Monday through Friday, we're open from 6 to 3. Saturday and Sunday, 6 to 2.
I so appreciate you having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure that you stop in and see my friends Kyle and Tita at Duffner's Donuts and Deli. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for joining me in Plymouth, Minnesota today. You got to see what $1 million buys you. You got to see another one of my favorite family-owned businesses, Duffner's Donuts and Deli. My name is Art Hayes. I'm your host for the American Dream Selling Minnesota. See you next time.
Welcome to another episode of American Dream TV Selling Minneapolis. Today we're in the North Loop, downtown Minneapolis' warehouse district, and it is alive. We've got bars, restaurants, condos, lofts, you name it, and right adjacent to the Mississippi River. Why don't you follow me and we'll take a tour. Full of boutique shops, the North Loop is the perfect place to go shopping for a day. Today we're going to stop at Martin Patrick's. We're going to go and talk to the owner, learn a little bit more about the store. Follow me. We're here at Martin Patrick with owner Dana Swindler. He and his husband Greg own the store. Thanks for having us today.
Of course, welcome in.
Oh, thank you. What can you tell us about your store? I love it. I know all about it, but tell everyone else.
Yeah, we've been in the North Loop, believe it or not, since 1994. Started out as an interior design firm and then transitioned into a whole lifestyle store back in 2008.
Tell me a little bit about that. So whole lifestyle, how would you define that?
Well, we sell furniture, artwork, we have men's apparel, women's apparel, barbershop, tailor shop, jewelry store. So it's truly lifestyle.
Yeah, really. Now, I've come to your store for years, always known about men's apparel, always known about that. Tell me a little bit about the women's apparel too.
Well, the women's we added, believe it or not, in September 2020, right in the middle of COVID. The men's dropped off so far. We added women's. We talked about it for a few years and decided it was time to pull the trigger. And now women's has really taken off.
It's a one of a kind in the North Loop, but I would say it's a one of a kind in the entire city. I have not seen this kind of curation of brands, of materials, of ideas, the way that you put things together. If you're in the North Loop, you really want to stop at this store. Honestly, whether you're just buying a pocket square, you're going to put together an entire ensemble, or maybe some furniture, this is the place to be. We're standing in the epicenter of the North Loop. This was ground zero for all of the condo boom of the early 2000s. Every major loft and condo came up around here. And since then, the restaurants, the nightlife, they've all followed. Today, we're gonna walk down the street, go into the newest restaurant, Dario. We're gonna meet the owners and take a tour of what they have going on. Follow me. We're here today at arguably the hottest new restaurant in all of North Loop. I'm here with the owners of Dario, Stephen Rowe, Joe Raleigh. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome, Graham.
Tell us what you got going on here. I mean, this is amazing.
We opened Dario here in the North Loop about just over 2 months ago now. We are a pasta and vegetable focused restaurant. There's a glass room in the back. We make about 8 to 10 handmade pastas every day. And then we do about 8 to 10 composed vegetable dishes.
We're open 7 days a week, something that was pretty important to us considering where we're situated in this neighborhood. We both worked in this neighborhood,
as well
for a long time, so it was really, really important that we had a place that could be reliably open to the folks that are around.
So everything that I've been hearing from everybody I know in this business, they've been talking about your quality of food. They've been talking about the pasta, they've been talking about the vegetables. I mean, where does that come from? Tell us about that.
For me, I started out cooking like refined French food, and a lot of those underlying techniques are still in the food at Dario. I'm an Italian-American kid from the Iron Range, and pasta's always been a part of my life. And I think as I kind of started to find myself as a chef and just as more of a grown adult getting comfortable in their own skin, I started to develop a little bit of a passion for pasta. And the vegetables have always been there. My grandpa used to have a garden, and I like to eat a lot of vegetables so I can eat a lot of pasta as well. It's kind of the counterbalance.
Sure.
So it's a great combination of light, high acidic pastas and really rich and heavy pastas as well.
So aside from the pasta, aside from the food, I mean, everybody's talking about the beverages here.
Sure.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we wanted to go a little to the left as far as drinks go. So we designed our cocktail menu to be a little more esoteric and low ABV. When you think pasta, you think like filling, and we wanted everybody to walk out here fairly comfortable. So we have the option of spirit-free cocktails, lower alcohol cocktails, like mid-level, and then straight like bangers. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us here tonight. I can't wait to come back and have a meal for myself. I wish you the best, both of you. Yeah. This has been awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Selling Minneapolis and American Dream TV. I can't wait to see you next time.
Standing in front of the monument sign here in Evergreen of Woodbury. This is where we grew up. We were actually the third house to be built in this executive neighborhood that was actually built out of a tree farm. So this used to be an evergreen Christmas tree farm that was converted into a neighborhood. We're going to show you around and show you where we grew up. We're feeling a little nostalgic today. We're standing out in front of the house that we grew up in here in Evergreen. And Somerset Circle. Yeah, Somerset Circle. And this was an evergreen tree farm. So it was 275 acres of just beautiful trees. We were lucky to live amongst them. We built tree forts. Remember when we used to do that? Oh yeah, playing in the trees. We used to play basketball and soccer at the top of the cul-de-sac. So it's just a great place to grow up and be a kid. 2 parks that were really big in the neighborhood, ice skating, and we had so many friends to play with. And at the time, Radio Drive was a dirt road. Yes. So now Radio Drive hosts the majority of Woodbury in terms of commercial space. So there's Lifetime Fitness, there's like every restaurant you can think of, and in fact our office now is there at the corner. So it's walking distance to a lot of things. Yeah, and if you remember when we first moved here, it was like you came in on a dirt road and you exited on a dirt road. So we were surrounded by farmland, and we used to see red fox, deer, we used to see pheasant. It was just an amazing place. We're here in front of Royal Oaks Elementary School. Yeah, and this is where we went to school, so it's very nostalgic for us. When we grew up in Woodbury, there were 2 elementary schools. Now there's 6. So there's just been a huge increase of families and kids. It's such a great place to raise a family. Yeah, and now we have charter, public, and private schools, so 6 in total, and just a great community, a lot of great school options, and schools have very high ratings as well. Right now we're in the Interlochen neighborhood of Woodbury, and what I love so much about Woodbury is their walking trails. There's over 170 miles worth of walking trails here. You can stop at one of the 45 parks. There's also areas where you can see a creek running through. There's a lake just behind us. As you're running through, there's also drinking fountains. You can stop and grab a quick drink. I just love the walking trails. The great thing about Woodbury is the setting. So even though you have every amenity possible with the restaurants and many opportunities for schools and shops, we do have a lot of nature. Woodbury's Planning Commission did such a great job of maintaining a lot of the nature and the trees, and then they added all these walking trails. So it's just a great place to be able to take kids for a walk or to go to the park. Yeah, and I raised my kids here when they were little, and we hit every park along the way, and there's so many different areas for them to play, including outdoor water parks as well. So Woodbury looks so much different now than when we were kids. It is developed. I think there's over 80,000 residents here, but when we were kids, it was a lot of farmland, including just a little bit behind us, there is a lake called Wilmus Lake, which used to be owned by our great-grandparents. and it was their farmland. And then just a little bit further north into Lake Elmo, that was their farmland as well. And there's still an existing structure. Their barn from their farmland is still there in Lake Elmo. Yeah, so not only do we have deep roots here with family, we're now selling homes in this area, which is really neat. It's unique, and we know the area well. We would say we're sort of local experts, being that we grew up here and now have friends and family that live here.
Show me your love like it is, like it is. Bend open my heart like you're fearless.
We still do have roots here in Woodbury. Our parents live on Presswood Golf Course in the Wedgwood neighborhood. They are actually the first townhome to be developed in this area. Yeah, and so Minnesota Mutual developed Wedgwood, and there's several areas, Wedgwood Heights, Wedgwood Park, the Wedgwood Golf Villas, and they're all surrounded by Presswood Golf Course, which is just beautifully developed. Yeah, there's a great 18-hole golf course. You can see one of the greens behind us, and then there's also a country club with a putting green, and then they've got a wonderful restaurant there called the UWEC.
Breathless.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode of the American Dream TV. We hope to see you next time.
Minnesota has an amazing art scene. Come with me, I'm going to introduce you to Alive and Kickin', which shows that the arts are for all ages. Hi, Jeffrey. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
Hi, Lisa. It's good to see you.
So will you talk a little bit about Alive and Kickin', your mission, and what it is that you do?
Yeah, so Alive and Kickin', we are a senior services arts organization. We actually celebrate 15 years next year. So we were, the vision was started by our founder, Michael Matthew Farrell, who we lost just about 3 years ago. Yeah. But back in 2009, he had a dream to start a group to give voice to seniors and give them more of an outlet at those, progressing age stages of life.
And what are you working on now?
Ooh, so we're always working on lots of stuff. We do community concerts throughout the year, but the thing we're revving up towards right now is we have our big show, the 70s. It's a decade show. Out at Bloomington Center for the Arts this year. Okay. We're there June 6th through the 9th. So it's a big theatrical show. We pull out all the stops, staging, lighting, full sound. The costumes are going to be off the hook. They're going to be in some of the best 70s garb you can find.
So I've seen the performances with Alive and Kickin', and they're all very highly produced. They're very professional. So what does the interview process look like to join the group?
So the auditions, they're not tough. They're all about, and I still get nervous for them too, in my life today. But we do them here, and they're super relaxed. We just ask you to come in, bring something you love to sing so we can, hear your voice and get a feel of who you are. But then we ask you questions about what you love and what you love in life and what brought you to Alive and Kickin'. As long as you love to sing and you love to express yourself, yeah, we're intrigued.
So Jeffrey, I'm going to be there in June. I wouldn't miss it.
All right.
And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for taking time to talk to me today.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for taking the time for Alive and Kickin'.
Okay, so here we are in beautiful Apple Valley, Minnesota at Brandel Anderson Homes. We're going to stop in and take a look at One Level Living, and we're doing it in the weather. So I am with Chris Contreras from Brandel Anderson Homes. Chris, thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Thanks for having us.
I am so excited about this development.
You can't be more excited than we are.
Yeah, so what I know is that it's such a challenge to find really beautiful one-level living. And here we are. We're in your one-level living. So can you talk about this particular development?
Yeah, Apple Valley was an area, this development used to be a golf course, and we had the opportunity to purchase the land. We built 28 single-family villas. I think we're all sold out except for one. This particular house that we're in is our cedar, so it is a 3-bedroom home. Usually it's more bedrooms than people need, but to have that extra space for crafts or an office, and then everybody wants a guest room because they want to have people over.
Yes.
So this home really does satisfy all of those needs.
What are the benefits of building in Minnesota?
Yeah, in this particular weather. I don't know if there's any benefits, but Minnesota is a great place for people to live, period. And so even though building cost is a little more expensive, we have to do certain things to our homes in Minnesota that drive the price up a little bit. The consumer is accepting of that, and they want to stay in Minnesota.
So what would you want someone to know about when they're searching for new construction? Tips for things for a consumer to look for?
Oh, I think it's flexibility in the builder. You have some builders that want to build just their plan, the way that they want to build it. And most of the empty nesters, they have lived through a house or two. They've got some kind of customization that they like. We're absolutely open to those things. We price them fairly for everybody because we think that everybody should have their dream home at an affordable price.
Chris, I am so excited about these particular one-level villas. Thank you so much for taking the time and for letting us walk around.
We absolutely appreciate you being here. Thank you.
That'll do it for us today. I hope you were able to see how many options there are here in Minnesota for active living. We'll see you next time on American Dream.
To love Minnesota, you have to embrace winter. We're here at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds for the 14th annual Winter Beer Dabbler. But it's a little crazy this year. It's the end of February and it is over 40 degrees and we have almost no snow. Let's go see what this festival is all about. So tell us about the event. When did this start?
So the Winter Beer Dabbler actually started as a small little beer get-together in a park in 2008. Matt Kenevin, the owner of Beer Dabbler, just very enthused by the craft beer market kind of coming about in Minnesota. It is just a community event for people who are excited about craft beverage.
And to get Minnesotans outside in the winter.
Yeah, I think Minnesotans are always looking for an excuse to get outside and be around other people in the winter, and usually not necessarily this year or today, but usually February you don't really leave your house.
It's usually cold.
You don't want to go outside unless you got to shovel out something. But this is just an excuse for us to have some fun, get around people who are excited about what we're excited about, and just celebrate, what makes Minnesotans Minnesotans, which is, being hardy, being out in the elements, and having a smile on about it the whole time.
I noticed this, snack list, I think you call it. Tell us what that is.
So the snack list is an invention. I don't think we came up with the name or the concept, but we definitely brought it to Minnesota. And that's a result of the Minnesota State Fairgrounds having a policy against bringing in food. But they have a weird loophole that we've discovered that if it's on a string around your neck and visible, they're like, yeah, I guess that's fine. A well-balanced snack list will be comprised of your major food groups. You gotta have some carbs, gotta have some protein, obviously some sodium. You gotta have some sodium, not necessarily a food group, but some sugar in there. But I see a lot of crackers, a lot of beef jerky. I have seen a full rotisserie chicken. I have seen popsicles. People will drill holes through carrots.
What's your favorite thing about the event?
Honestly, my favorite thing about the event is really just the vibe, the energy. The people are just ready to have fun. People are ready to go do something that they're not normally doing, like seeing snowmobiles fly through the air and seeing a bunch of different people that they wouldn't normally be around, just be around and enjoy good beer. My favorite thing about the Beer Dabbler is really just the people watching and the energy that everybody brings out. Everybody's just ready to have a good time.
I know there is a charitable component to this event, right?
Yep.
Tell us about that, and then tell us about what else you have coming up next.
Yeah. So we do have a little bit of a charitable arm to this event. We've this year partnered with a group called Neighborhood House, which is doing really, really great work in the metro area, mostly with unhoused groups and also just food shelves and food distribution to unhoused communities. So they are hosting a s'more roasting station where you can spend a few dollars that goes toward their cause of providing food for unhoused communities, and then you get a yummy, tasty s'more out of the deal. And that's really just making dollars go further in getting food into hungry stomachs.
And you guys also have an event coming up for Pride, right?
Yes, every year this is our winter beer dabbler, and then in the summer we have the Pride beer dabbler. And the Pride beer dabbler is the kickoff for Pride celebrations in the Twin Cities. We are kind of like the pregame for the whole weekend. People come to that event, and then after we're done at like 6 o'clock, everybody starts heading out to the bars or clubs or whatever the kids are doing these days. I don't know. I'm just here standing on a pavement drinking some beer. So.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking time to tell us about this and share this awesome event with us.
Thank you for coming. Have fun and drink some water. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of outdoor Minnesota fun with me today. I'm Erin Klein, and I'll see you next time on the next episode of The American Dream.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show, produced from America's finest city, but shot in the heart of your neighborhoods. Don't forget positive media when the world really needs it. Follow us on social media at The American Dream TV. See you next time. In the meantime, cheers to your American dream.